Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Wanakkam, my friends. Today I'm going to introduce you a very interesting personality. I met him yesterday. Um, very impressive. So this is the person here with me.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Salim Hini, and I'm a Māori convert of about 3 years. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, not converted, revert.
Revert.
Revert. You know the difference between the convert and revert. Okay, can you tell me what motivates you to accept the Islam, or somebody else force you to accept it?
I wouldn't say force this a bit, but yeah. So in 2019, when the Christchurch attack happened, I was actually, in fact, locked up at the time. Spending that time, I actually started to get a little bit of closeness towards God, but still no true understanding of who God was or how he is to be. I grew up Christian, but didn't really accept Jesus Christ as a literal God. But I did see him as a prophet, and saw that there are some words of wisdom that came out of his mouth in the Bible. But unfortunately, there was no chaplaincy service at the time to learn about Islam. So what I did learn was actually during the Christchurch attack, 'cause this was the first time Western media had portrayed it as Islam in not such a negative light towards the religion itself. Seeing one of the brothers who actually lost his wife, and how he could just forgive the attacker was something.
Who was sitting in the wheelchair?
Yes, his attitude was something that's completely different in the West. We seek justice. We don't pretend to forgive. And we don't blame a person who wants to attack the person for what they've done. But to see how he did that was just something like, wow, that is the true actual way of what even the Bible says is to forgive. That's true. So
that's motivates you to.
That actually motivated me to learn more about Islam. So once I was released, about 3 days after, in September the 19th, 2019, I made my Shahada.
Okay. Where did you get the Shahada?
And Hastings, Baitul Maqdam Masjid.
Oh, okay. Then only you came to Auckland and
So I managed to network with some of the brothers from Auckland, and eventually came up for a Hafiz course and studied my Qaeda, and led me to where I am right now.
All right. Okay. Now the 2019 Christchurch attack gave you the light. I would say you came to the right path of Islam. But there's a story, you must have heard about in Sri Lanka, what happened in the Easter attack, just after a month. Some stories say it's a real situation of this Christchurch attack. But Sri Lankan people, most of the people took it in a different way, and they choose the wrong person to see it, and they are struggling as a result of that. That's a different story, that is political. But you took it in a different way, and you accepted Islam. Now, after accepting Islam, do you feel like, are you finding peace, or are you finding difficulties to follow this religion?
I wouldn't say I find it too difficult to follow the religion. The rules are simple, but obviously I am human, and I don't actually always achieve to the same way that our Prophet Rasulullah would achieve. But I strive every day to make an effort. I think that, especially with reverts, is that we try to place a tremendous amount of pressure on us to perfect it, when even the Sahabas had spent a whole lifetime trying to perfect themselves like the Prophet.
Okay, good. Now, you are in the path of Islam for the last 3 years? 2010, 20, 21, 3 years. Have you ever come across this Islam, or these people teaching extremism or violence in sort?
Not at all. I know people who would try to talk about that as well, and have asked me plenty of these questions. Even though Muslim brothers, they tell me, stay away from these people, and if you do hear these kind of things, let them know. For me, no, I haven't seen that kind of behavior. But unfortunately, growing up in my life, not so much my family, but friends and people I know in and out of jail had extremist views toward, like the shooter after the attack. unfortunately, I did hear a lot of that negative. But from my perspective, I haven't heard many of the brothers. And being Māori and being quite open to talk about these kind of things, I have met and networked with a lot of the brothers, especially in Tabligh Jamaat and all of these kind of things. And I can tell you from my personal experience being a Muslim again for 3 years, I haven't heard any of that kind of behavior.
Thank you. I just want to add a little bit more about Salim. He's from Maori community. Maori mean in Sri Lankan context, I would say. You know, Sri Lanka we have Vedas, Vedapur. So they are the native people in Sri Lanka. So same thing, Maori people are the origin of in New Zealand. You must have seen when you watch the rugby game, at the beginning of the game they do haka. So that's all from them. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Haka, yeah.
And they have your own language, Maori language.
Yeah, Te Reo Māori.
Maori. Yeah. So we say like tēnā koutou katoa.
Yes.
What is the meaning of it?
Tēnā koutou katoa means welcome all.
Yeah.
You know,
haere
mai means come here.
Kind of like a mission welcome.
So when you're entering a marae, which is like a tribe hut, in somewhat, the wahine or woman, she will introduce the culture by saying haere mai, and the visitors have to slowly walk onto the mosque. You don't run, like onto the our version of a mosque, should I say.
Okay.
There's a lot of common practices and stuff like that, but our cultures aren't as much different to Islam as some might think. We had a history of polytheism, but ultimately we did have one true God, the God is Sahara.
Yeah, same thing. I also believe like no religion will preach violence or extremism. No, it's about the religion is all about teach how we should practice in our real life with other people in a good way. So are you learning about the Quran? Can you recite Quran? Can you read Quran?
So currently I actually am still going from my qaida and learning Arabic, but
I saw you had some application on your phone and trying to
so I use an app called Quran Start. It is available on iOS and Android, and it is free. I do support it for any new Muslims out there to or anyone interested in learning to read Quran to give it a try, because it is a very great app to actually learn.
Yeah, I like to say, you are more blessed than me, because I born and brought up as a Muslim. I born to Muslim parents, so it's easy for me to quickly catch up the stuff and follow the Islam. But in your case, you born as a Muslim. That's our belief. That's what I say. You reverted, not converted. So you born as a Muslim, but you brought up in a different environment. And then you somehow, due to this Christchurch attack, it's the light came to you and you accepted Islam, which is, I feel, to be honest, in the holy month of Ramadan, I would say you are more blessed than me. Sometimes we feel like Muslim, if I miss a prayer, I say, yeah, I missed a prayer, okay, let me do this next one. But when you revert to Islam, you people never miss the prayers. You are more like practicing than our normal born and brought up Muslim. Thank you so much for your time, and I think this interview will motivate a lot of my friends, I mean Muslim friends, and they will do more about ibadah, and definitely we will get the part of the reward when they do, inshallah. Okay, thank you so much, Mr.
Now I heard Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts a man in authority of the affairs of Muslims and he turns his face away from their needs, which starts by saying, He aha te mea nui o te hau, he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. What is the most important thing in this world? The people, the people, the people. To me, I relate that to the way of the Prophet, and his last words being the ummah, the ummah, the ummah.